Hello,
Hi.
this is Declan,
This is Andrea.
and we're back for episode 20 of Let's Play Baten Kaitos.
Yeah.
In last episode, we fought the Lord of the Wind,
Yes.
and we failed to get the End Magnus.
Yeah, Amy has it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amy took it from Lude because of some sort of possession or something.
Possession either by the Magnus or by the Empire. It's not clear. It's
not clear.
possession plot. I don't really like it.
Right, and like shiny lights and all that shit. And now we're on our way to Anue, the land of rainbows.
Yay.
To try to get the third End Magnus again before the Empire gets it again, which we failed to do a lot. Which no, we succeeded in doing each time. We just the first time we got attacked by Giacomo. The second time
we just
Amy
have it
was
taken from us. Yeah.
every single time, and you're gonna find that is a common theme.
Pattern.
But there's this mini game to do first.
Which I don't remember at all.
So in this episode, we're probably just going to dick around in the castle, and
then take off.
Yeah.
Magnetize it, like just put it all in your inventory.
Yeah,
That's all you do. Oh my
all
god.
you do.
Maybe that's why I don't remember it.
I'm pretty sure there's maybe another section in this, or maybe it's in the sequel or something, but fuck off.
You gotta get rid of it.
Oh,
you could probably get rid of the crest.
Yeah. I think it's fast if we just do this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's a
don't
lot
have to wait.
faster. I almost got rid of the thunderfish bone.
Eee.
Like, I just thought about it. I didn't move my cursor over it to
Okay.
anything, but I thought about it.
How that's so easy.
It was so easy. But doesn't the picture in the back, I mean, the more that I look at it, it looks a little bit like Silent Hill. The one on the right, in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
It looks,
spooky.
yeah. I don't remember what the description was for it. I'll find out in a second. Also, this is just, you know, arbitrary.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the type of puzzle where you're like, oh, that's a really cool use of whatever. It's
Yeah,
literally
it's
just like,
Okay.
okay,
collect
menuing,
things.
woohoo. Gee, this must have been like the intern puzzle. I was watching a Paper Mario 1000-Year Door speedrun,
Yeah.
and To a Sinner, very Silent Hill.
That is very Silent Hill.
You're welcome. But no, there was like one room that was just really easy to like glitch out to get past. They called it the intern room.
Oh.
They were like, the intern must have made this because it was just badly made.
Or they're on crunch.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. The game industry is awful.
Yup. But they were playing the Japanese version, which, I mean, I guess they didn't want to, like, cause controversy, but they didn't. I don't know. I low-key thought they would mention the whole, like, Vivian, like, being trans plot thing, because that's, like, true for the Japanese version.
Yeah, and sadly not for the...
Was censored, God forbid, the LGBTQ. Like, it's weird when Japan is somehow more progressive than, like, I guess it was like a 2003 game. I don't think we were ready to talk I mean, we were ready to talk about that, quote unquote. Thank you. But I don't know. But I guess like for Japan, it's just like they think about it in a completely different way, or at least the way that the media like presents it and stuff. Like, I just feel like there's so often there's games where I'm like, oh, that's progressive, and then I'm like,
Wait a minute.
no, wait, that's not. And that's just because they have a completely different...
Understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are people still fighting?
The fuck?
I think she said they're having nightmares or something. Oh no, he's having a nightmare.
Having a nightmare about being attacked.
I
'cause
guess-
he was.
Yeah, I guess the other guy just wants to help people clean up. I swear there was another puzzle where you, I think it's this one.
We clean up these ones?
This guy looks like he's gonna give me a quest.
Yeah, there you go.
Cleaning up? Callus doesn't understand the concept. Oh, shut up, Callus. You've never done this before.
You've never helped a person in your life.
God forbid. Also, yeah, so this puzzle sucks. Okay.
Do you have to get rid of specific ripple, or?
No, you have to push
you
it.
have
Don't ask questions. There's no reason why you can't just do the thing that you did for the last one, but you can't. So in this one you gotta push it, and then it slides in. But you can like in any good puzzle, you can just I'm pretty sure you can fuck yourself out of it to the point where you have to quit and restart if you push it. You know, like if you push it into a corner or something, and then.
Just make a block puzzle, goddammit.
Yeah, like these are not blocks. These are just like stupid, awkwardly angled. Like, is this good? Is that one good? I don't know. Do I have to push it more? Like, it looks like it's in, or it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's in, but it's not moving. So I'm just gonna assume it's fine. That one, I guess, is fine too. Goddamn. This one, I think, can be pushed. I think, but it's not. Okay. Now we have to push it this way. And like the control stick does not lend itself to this type of movement. Let me tell you. And then let's see. Do you think this one should be pushed up here or on the other side?
I wouldn't know. I guess the left would make more sense because you're not blocking the urn. But either way, you're blocking the painting.
And see, now that I... Okay, thank you, God. Okay, yeah, so this is the puzzle I was thinking of.
Why?
I don't know. Okay, thankfully that was a lot better than I thought it would be. What were you saying?
No need for save states.
Oh.
Wait, it's just a dead person. Cool.
That's true. Yeah, like as much as the Empire is wrong, I don't know. I don't want to say that I like empathize with like the soldiers on the Empire's side, but like
it is they're doing things on order.
Yeah, it's not super
it's been
clear.
It's seeped into their cultural and like.
Well, it's like what Liu said, right? Like they've been indoctrinated in
basically.
some extent, and so it's like the best solution obviously would be to indoctrinate them or whatever you want to call it, like so that they didn't fight, because you don't want to have to kill people, like,
exactly.
even if they're like doing shitty stuff, like like violence and killing is not the answer. And like the more that you fight them, the more that they fight you, the worse everything gets. So like,
well, you're stuck.
Yeah.
Until someone dies, and then they'll find someone else to fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ella and your automata. Or just like life.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when I used to play, like, I don't know if I said this already, but I feel like I would like play a sport, and then I would be like, this is just like the video game version of this sport. I'd be like, wow, tennis really is like Mario Tennis.
No.
Or like baseball. Oh man. You just don't. I feel like I used to like imagine that you get all the powers though. Like in Mario Baseball, there's like, I think you could do like a fire, like bat swing or something like that. I would just imagine that.
You just imagine having a fire bat swing in real life.
Yeah, because real life's not that interesting. I mean.
Well, real life can surprise you.
Yeah.
No,
it for sure can.
Yeah.
And like arguably, like that's part of real life. Like I remember I was in my film. Yeah, see, like they know each other. I was in my film studies class, Japanese film studies, and the teacher was just like, um she was like, oh, like what's she was trying to make a point, and I like get it. I got the point that she was trying to make, but she was just like, what's more interesting, um like a film where like everything's like curated and edited to have like fast-paced action and all the boring parts get like glossed over, or real life where you have to sit through all the boring things and like you don't really like get to skip anything, and like, you know, shit just happens and it doesn't have to make sense or be interesting. And I was like, okay, well, real life includes films, so
Yeah.
like it's real life. And she's like, okay, I get your point. Yeah, that is a good point. And she like laughed. But I was like, no, but like I understand what you're saying, but like low key, like you can't forget that, right?
Yeah.
Like as much as people might want to hate on things, like none of this would exist without all the boring stuff, right? Like it's easy to just like take something and isolate it from its context and then make statements about it without context, but like if you consider the context of films, like the only reason why we know to gloss over the boring bits and like to know what's interesting and stuff is because of real life.
Real life, yeah.
Films wouldn't exist without real life.
Yeah. Like, everything in our imagination is basically a chimera of what we already know from experience. Like, you can't make up anything entirely new.
No, exactly. And I forget what philosopher it was that talked about that, but I remember definitely reading about that in my philosophy class, where there was a philosopher talking about, it might have been, I think it was the guy who talked about, yeah, it was, you know, the guy who made the argument where he was just like, oh, it was that exact argument.
Yeah.
But he had like the contingency where he was like, well, I guess you could imagine a color between, if you saw like list of shades of colors, but you didn't see one specific shade, you could probably imagine that shade. That's the only time that your brain could create something new. But let's just forget about that because it doesn't fit with my theory. But I forget who it was. I don't want to start like throwing philosophers' names out there because that'll sound stupid, but it was that guy. Like he talked about like centaurs and everything being like just a combination of literally very easy to tell. Alright, looks like we pretty much did everything here. I don't see like a reason why we would have to go back into the town unless you think. No?
No.
Alright.
If we miss something, it's probably nothing too important.
I mean, it would be. We spent enough time like walking around and checking things out.
The vessel behind me is His Majesty's
I do
ship,
like.
the Mindir.
On the one hand, I like when games make it so that things are
It's at your disposal by order of the king.
like new every. You know what I mean? Like you go somewhere. Like somewhere you've been before has new shit. Like when things happen, because it's like. It seems more alive or organic.
Yeah, that's right. Because things, people react to what's happened or something like that. Like the world responds to the events that are
right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't like when it's like, oh yeah, you're expected to basically backtrack to every area every single time any event in the story happens, especially if you've just been there.
Yes, Your Majesty. We won't.
I'm counting on you. All of you.
Except you, Liud. You can die.
Wow.
Please, get some rest, my lord.
I just think it was kind of unnecessary that he was like, all of you.
Alrighty.
Pointing out the fact that
Let's get
you,
moving.
quote unquote, betrayed them.
Yeah, or just being like, especially Shella, because she's the most capable of all of you.
You're my favorite.
I like to think that King Laudicon doesn't have any sort of spouse because he's in love with Gibari.
Yes.
Maybe that's just me.
Or Liud.
Or just anyone. Just a man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we?
Into the void.
The taint clouds, a bottomless sea of poisonous gas.
Taint clouds.
Those that fall in never return.
Do you know about the
Alive.
taint?
The taint?
Yeah, it's like
This place always gives me the
the taint is the part of your body between your butt and your genital.
I see.
Sorry.
I see.
That's why I
my
laughed.
friend.
No, I'm sure I've heard it
Certainly
before,
looks
but...
The perineum is the scientific word for it.
Ah.
You're a biologist.
I
You
knew
should
I knew
know
it
all
was
the
coming to you.
No, I don't.
slang.
I don't.
You only know about plant taints.
Oh my god.
Would that just be the stem? I feel like plants are just all reproductive organs at this point.
No, they aren't.
But their fruits are.
They're fruits. Yeah, and the flowers.
Oh god,
Plants.
and
Here,
their pollen
eat
is
a
semen.
part of my body.
Ugh.
I want
I don't
you
need
to
it. Yeah,
eat
I don't need it
my
anymore.
body.
It's
What the
off.
fuck? Imagine
Just pick it up.
offering someone, here, eat my finger.
I made this for you. Like, I'm good, actually. I'm really good.
I even put perfume on it. I painted it.
It looks
pretty.
pretty.
Colors.
It tastes good.
Eat my finger, damn it!
Yeah,
Aurelia.
it's
The
fucking
sooner the
weird.
better.
Well, it's the way that they reproduce, right? Is
Yeah.
like they hope
Well, it's
that
a
to get their
strategy.
seed
Yeah.
inside of you, and then
So you transport it.
that's kind of sexual.
Yeah.
Are we just constantly being like come on to by plants? I'm just imagining
Also, it's-
trees blushing when we eat their apples.
Oh
and
my
shit.
god! No!
Imagine it. Then you get an apple seed in you, and then you have the seed inside of you. You have the plant seed in you.
No, stop it. Except
Also-
now we grow like seedless fruits.
True. Which is just like castrating
Yeah,
or like neutering
yeah.
animals. Weird. Awfully important looking man in a very big ship. Sounds like someone we know. Actually, have we ever met him before? I don't think so.
No.
Well, he's in the opening cutscene. It's Geldo Blame.
Yeah. Okay, Callus has like a line at his soul or something.
What?
Like when you look at it to the side, it looks like his foot is like split in half.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
What? Is that like like a slightly see-through base to his shoe?
I think it is, yeah. It's just
Or
weird
is it
'cause
just
it's like skin
weirdly shaped foot?
color. Questions we'll never know the answer to.
Like, yes, my foot just like cuts down. It has corners.
Yeah. Don't no.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah. Also, this dude's like totally sexist. He's basically just making his wife clean. She's using her sleeves. She doesn't even have like. Also, her sleeves look like they've completely enveloped her hands, and she's using them to clean. I don't really understand. This is really weird. Also, the people here dress strangely. I don't know if they're supposed to look like plants or like mountains or something, but this shit's fucked. Like.
I don't know if Final Fantasy X is better or
worse. I know, yeah. It is very Final Fantasy
It
X.
is very funny too.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
Yay.
Arugula. Stop talking to me. Where's the shut up button?
Well, I mean, you did talk to him, but
Yeah,
The
well, I
examine
wish there
button
was
should be
yeah,
different than the
different,
talk.
exactly.
also there should be a red button. Is there a red button?
Nope.
No.
In
You
the
just
sequel
walk
there is.
fast.
More bird children.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys remember, we saw bird children before in the first
The
area.
town, yeah. Oh, there's a chest.
Boing. But is that the ship or is that a different ship? It looks like wait, do we know about Machina yet? Actually, I don't think they call it Machina in this game, but it looks like a machine, so I would assume it's from the Empire.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assumption to make.
But it's not big enough to be Geldablame's ship. Unless he's just, I don't know, like chilling?
Yeah, I guess.
Like he's
He didn't have like a huge procession to greet
like a
him.
detail. Oh yeah, yeah, I
No
don't-
one's talking about like a big event to welcome in Gelderblum.
Right, I see what you mean.
So I feel like this is low-key somehow.
Yeah. Also, here we get, if I remember correctly, Kibari's special. Yep. Explosive paddle, fire element special, which is stupid.
Useless because
'cause
he has
all our-
no fire
Yeah.
paddles at all.
And he like won't get any. I think he gets like one, so that's cool.
I think you have to farm them.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna be able to use more than one of them at a time. So super great.
Rainbow.
But yeah, this is a new Inoue. It's beautiful. I love
Rainbow.
it.
Yeah.
Ugh. And the sun, and there's like a bunch of rainbows, and it's great.
Also, it's covered in trees. I
Yeah,
approve.
this is like the jungle level,
Mm.
and the music is very like festive
Yes.
and
Well, clearly there have been festivities going on. Though,
Yeah.
Because of all the flags.
there's always festivities going on in Inoue anyway.
It's gay pride every day.
Actually, this soundtrack reminds me of
What's this? They sure seem to be enjoying themselves.
when I was working the phone that we
Must
play
be the
music off
festival
of
the celestial tree.
broke, so we could put on our own music. So I put on the
Ayo.
Chrono Cross
Oh
soundtrack.
my
That's
god.
the tree
Yeah.
here.
That's great.
They say its flowers only blossom once every 30
It was like
years.
very like tavern-y kind of like
Yes.
I put on a relaxing playlist of it, so like only the relaxing
Okay,
songs
so
from it.
none of the battle themes came in.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty good.
That's yeah.
Or the
I don't think anyone would appreciate that.
no.
Or the sad,
The
or like
sad,
scared. Or,
really good ones.
yeah.
Like
timely
Chrono Tower,
arrival,
whatever it's called.
Yes,
That one
this
is cool.
must be it.
Is it? I think you mean the dragon tower.
Maybe.
I remember you
maybe
sent
I'm
me one that
mixing-
was like dragon something.
No knowledge of the coming crisis.
Maybe I mixed
Ignorance is bliss, I must say.
I totally was paying attention to that cutscene.
They
Entirely,
basically
100%.
just said they just said that this is the festival of the big tree.
The big tree.
Yeah, the blossoming of the celestial flowers, and the party's like everyone's stupid because they don't know that they're all gonna die,
Oh,
and it's like okay, great, just go tell someone about it.
yeah. How? Why are you blaming them for that?
Ignorance is
knowing?
bliss. Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of Chrono, your hair, dude.
Kind of, yeah. And this woman looks like a cobra with her like.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Also, I have to say I didn't realize how little we used Quest Magnus.
Yeah.
Like we're already on the third continent. We barely ever used any.
Well, at least not on the second continent. I think we could bring a couple things to the second continent, like the voice or something, or the water that isn't
Right.
stagnant.
But they were just like for very minor, like
yeah.
easy, simple side quests.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss
Anything too important.
Yeah.
Because we did make a point of getting the milk and the yogurt and the cheese, and I don't remember our reward for that one.
I think it was just Fire Burst.
Oh. Well, I mean, Fireburst for Shella, like, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Like, I just wish that they had done more with the Quest Magnus. There's so many, like, characters, like, NPCs and
Mhm.
like, places and shit. They could have put in a lot more. Especially with
True.
all of the, I'm gonna capture the essence of the egg just for fun.
You don't capture the egg itself, you capture the essence, and when you
Right.
open up the essence, it becomes the egg.
Yeah, but then if it's a Battle Magnus, you get to use as many as you want, but if it's a Quest Magnus, you only get to use it once.
And yeah.
Um,
that's it.
But yeah, no, like with all the cards that we like don't get but exist in the game, they could have put in a lot more quests that had just like simple like card rewards, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Versus like this long ongoing quest with the family tree. Like I do appreciate that, but
I would have
there should be
rathered,
more.
yeah.
Well, the textures on the tents or the coverings are like really painterly
I
compared to
know,
everything
yeah.
else.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of shops around, but you can't buy anything.
No.
Classic.
Sad.
Laughing people.
Actually, that's one of the things I don't like about a
we
lot
got
of
bananas.
RPGs is it looks like the town would be lively and that you could participate in the town, but you
You're right.
can't.
No, I see what you mean. Like I would appreciate more just like funny little scenes that you can do. Like at the beginning of Chrono Trigger in the
Yes!
festival,
Yeah,
you
that was
actually participate, and
fun!
like yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Like some of it you get the points and then I forget what the points do, but
it's a carnival.
but it's a carnival. You get to do fun stuff.
And this is basically a carnival.
Yeah, and it's just like it doesn't have to be directly related to plot progression or items or anything. Like why not just have it be a fun like in what's that game?
Yumeniki?
Yeah, Yume Nikki.
Oh yeah, where you just
Where like there are
wander.
there's literally no like yeah, I guess you could say there are items in the sense that you get the effects,
But you also
but
just get random events
yeah,
that just are there.
yeah, and there isn't even a story for them to be connected.
No.
Like it's just experience.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like it. So yeah, like I just wish there was more of that. So like it doesn't have to be directly related to like making sure the player has like the maximum fun or anything like that. Like it can literally just be like I just want to put this in here because I just feel like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's sell this and stop flickering.
Yeah. Before it crashes our game. Oh.
Okay.
Good
These
stuff.
cost
The peaches
a lot of
too,
money.
because the peach boys.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's get these right now. But gosh darn, these are expensive.
There's so many good
Should we
things.
just sell the other one? Like we're not gonna come back here for
A while. Or wait, sell what?
this. It
Oh,
sells
the
for
boss.
60.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's probably developed. It's definitely been more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, nice. Let's just buy everything we can.
Yes,
And cross our
absolutely.
fingies. No! There's still so much we can't buy.
No. Oh, the Shaco and the fucking Gibari paddle and the light and dark bursted good things.
Let us just come back here.
Yeah. I spent a really long time grinding in Inoue last time I played.
Yeah.
There's an area here where you get drops for Callus and for Gibari that are great because they aren't elements they normally get.
Right. I mean, I'd be okay with doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think for now, though, we should probably end it off.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then we will...
We'll explore the rest of this area and advance the plot
Yeah.
more next time.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I mean, we'll see what Geldoblame's up to and everything that's going on in Inoue. See if we can convince the leader of Inoue to side with us.
Yeah, and
in-
not believe in Geldoblame
Yes.
or whatever lies are being cooked up
Yep.
currently.
So we'll do all that in the next episode. Thanks for watching.
Bye!
Bye-bye.